This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
It is that time of year where no longer can you use the weather as an excuse for your outdoor spaces looking like absolute trash.
Yep. So whether you have a yard, a side yard, I guess, because that's what we have, or you're in a condo, you have a balcony, how do you make it look nice? Joel wrote in saying, no fake flowers. It just makes your yard look tacky. The best tool to keep your beds looking great is grab the hoe. Run it between your plants every single week, and you'll be weed-free and fresh.
All right.
Susie just texted in, get an inflatable boat and fill it with ice. You could call it the booze boat. It's way more fun than having coolers.
Oh, that's fun.
That is really fun.
I remember when I was in between my last house and the house I'm in now, I spent some time in a condo.
So on the deck, was there like nice planters? Was it ever dusted?
Well, it was nasty.
Yeah,
it was really
I know.
nasty. And like because it's a smaller space, any clutter seems to really be noticeable.
Once you start hanging out with people that don't like things on their countertops, you go to your own house and you're like, maybe I don't need the toaster out. I'm going to put it in a drawer.
But it was amazing how much a good dusting, like keeping it clean, is free, right? A good dusting and even a few candles on the deck changed the entire vibe. All of a sudden, I felt like I was at Joey's.
Which is also a great example. If you're ever walking down White Ave or something and you see a patio that you're like, hey, I love the ambiance of this. Just copy it.
Yeah, or steal it.
No.
What?
Okay, did you ever, remember we had that girl call our show once and she's like, oh, I don't pay for plants. I just go and find planters that are hung up on the street that the city pays for and cut them down. And we were like,
don't love that.
Don't like this at all.
She's like, I pay enough tax dollars to justify taking 4 plants a year.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no.
Not good. But I saw a TikTok video the other day, and this is great if you're somebody that likes to fill pots up your stairs or whatever, but it's so expensive to buy those drop-in plants that are already pretty much pre-mixed.
Okay.
You can make your own, buy the plants that are discounted, even if it's in a broken pot or whatever.
Okay.
And what you do is you could actually pull them out and just find the certain roots that separate them and pull them apart. And then you can put them in separate pots. So you're paying essentially for one, but you're filling more than one pot.
Isn't it kind of rude, though, that you would split up a family like that and then make them all just look at each other?
Why would you word it like that? Because now I'm overthinking it and I never want to do that again.
Well, you should be thinking about it because it's rude.
Asif wrote in saying spray paint old planters, which is a great idea. You can go to the dollar store and buy planters, and they can be a hideous color that you absolutely hate. Just go get some black spray paint, and then they'll all match, and it'll look so good.
What if you also spray paint the plants black just to get into a mood?
Well, okay. To each their own.
All right.
Melody says, don't throw away your used coffee grounds. Put those in your potted plants. It's going to stimulate their growth.
Don't throw away your used car. I thought you were saying something else there.
Oh.
Don't throw away your used car.
Oh.
I was like, what?
We definitely throw those away.
Are we hanging those on the deck?
So Melody says she actually saves her coffee grounds
Got it.
all winter, so she has enough to last the summer, and then she alternates between Miracle Grow and the coffee, and her baskets are awesome.
Right on. Some great tips rolling in.
Okay, I don't know if this person's trolling us. If anybody could confirm that this is a thing. It's a first-time texter that says, get the cheapest 12-pack of beer, leave it in the sun, shake it, and spray it on your lawn. By the next day, you're going to have beautiful green grass. Either this is true, and somebody hated the beer they were drinking one night and poured it out, and then they learned, oh, this actually made my grass nice. Or you're messing with us.
Well, I have another option as well that it could be. Maybe they chugged, had a case over the last couple of days, and their partner's like, what's with all the empties? I use them for the lawn.
Ooh, that's true.
Yeah.
Lisa texted in saying, I love driftwood, so I pick it up when I'm on a walk or hiking, and then I'll place it in planters, and sometimes I'll add some flowers on top in a smaller pot. That's cute.
Get solar lights. I love solar lights, and they look awesome at nighttime. And then you can also get string lights, the fairy lights that kind of twinkle at night, and you can put those in a jar or a lantern, something like that.
Yeah, and you can get jars from the dollar store, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
So what would it
Yeah,
cost,
or-
like, total if you got a big jar and loaded it up with those lights? And would they be solar-powered as well?
I think so. You can get, like,
Yes.
solar power.
Okay.
I like the solar-powered ones, then you're not dealing with batteries or
Right.
anything like that. So I got a big jar on clearance last year at Home Depot for $10. And the lights you can get on Amazon, you can get like 3 strings for $20.
Dang. That glows up an
Yeah.
outdoor space, especially if you're on, like, in a condo on a deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, and you can string them through the railing, anything like that.
All right. That's a great idea, and I just came up with a way to even save money on jars.
Okay.
What's the best tasting cold beer on a hot day?
I'd say MGD or Corona.
Okay, perfect. Both of these work just fine. Instead of using a jar, could you not decorate and just stuff
Okay, ew.
lights into the glass bottles?
No,
because
that
if they're
is
clear.
so bad.
What?
We're not doing that.
You don't decorate with alcohol bottles?
I will say one time I went to somebody's house and they used an empty 2.6 of Jack Daniels as their soap dispenser in the bathroom, and that was kind of cool. But then again, I was like 20 at the time, so I don't know if I'd like it now.
That's all I used to decorate with.
Yeah?
Have you ever heard of Shrinkflation before?
No.
It has nothing to do with like when a guy gets out of the pool.
Okay.
Okay.
I was in the pool.
Shrinkflation is when manufacturers shrink package sizes but keep the prices the same, and it's been happening a lot lately.
Wait a minute. Is the product inside still the same size, or the package is just smaller?
Like, quite often both go down.
Ooh.
So the product size will be like, for example, a lot of your single eat yogurts used to be 5.3 or 5.5 ounces. They're usually like 4.5 now.
Ooh.
So they just quietly make the adjustment.
Right.
And they don't tell you, but the price stays the same. There's a really well-known takeout pizza place that just recently went from 10 pieces for their wings to 8 pieces, but the price is the same. That's what shrinkflation is.
One of my girlfriends posted on her Instagram the other day, and it was her at Shoppers. And you know how at the end of some of the aisles they have racks of just like random things that you can buy,
Yeah.
whether it be like body wash or lip gloss, whatever. It was PlayDoh, but it was individual ones for $4.
Yeah, ridiculous.
When you can make Play-Doh at home
Yeah.
with 3 simple ingredients, like that should be the price of a full 12-pack of Play-Doh.
Yeah, or
Not
one huge jug.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating right now for sure. Everything this is happening with. A small box of Kleenex. Used to have 60 tissues. Used to have 65, sorry. Now they went to 60, which doesn't seem like a big deal. You're never like, oh, I'm not going to buy this now. But like when all of these products are doing it, it just constantly is the consumer that suffers.
Have you noticed that Reese cups are smaller, or am I just getting bigger?
I'm just looking at the list here. It's not on there.
Never mind. Kirsten wrote in saying, I've never seen baby wipes as expensive as they are right now. It makes me sick to my stomach. I used to be able to get over 1,000 wipes for $20 on sale. Now they want $30 for the same amount. Brandon says, tell her you can get 900 President Choice wipes for $11. They're just not as fancy, maybe, or not
Yeah.
as like wet. I don't know. But that's good to know.
I don't think it's going to be on the list either, but every time I have one, I think about it.
Okay.
Wagon wheels. Wagon wheels, when I was a kid, used to be my jam. Like, and they were huge, like big. Now I steal my kids' wagon wheels, and they're super small.
They're so
Like,
small.
They're so small now. They're like a half of what they used to be.
Do you think they taste the same?
I don't know. I think everything tastes better when you're a kid.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I always wonder that when I try something as an adult. I'm like, I feel like this was better when I was a child, but I also liked sugar a lot more when I was a kid.
Oh, I still love sugar. Like, obviously, I have a problem because I'm standing at the kitchen sink eating wagon wheels at midnight.
I agree with you that wagon wheels have gotten smaller. Like, I remember when I was younger, they used to actually be able to, like, pull wagons. Like, they would be on wagons.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Are they still as crumbly as they used to be, or did they fix that problem?
No, they're still crumbly.
That's why she's eating them over the sink.
Oh, right.
Over
Yeah.
the sink. Yeah, you got to do that. Otherwise, you're hooped.
We're doing a little round of complaint corner.
So I went for a physical yesterday. This is also a great PSA that if you haven't been in a while, or you can't remember the last time you went, book your physical. So I went yesterday, and it was all good. Love my doctor so much, but they need to figure out something new when it comes to the paper that they lay out underneath you on the beds.
Okay.
Because I feel like the next time I go for a physical, I got to get her to just do it right away. Because usually we talk about other things first, like my medication and whatever. And then by the time we actually get down to it, I'm sweating through the paper and it's like disintegrated, or it's like stuck between my butt cheeks. Does anyone else deal with this?
Yeah, like it becomes part of you.
It does. So I have to personally like stand up and roll it out again to get fresh paper underneath me.
While the doctor's in there?
Yeah, I don't care. She's seen, like, I don't even know why we wear the gown. Like, you're going to see everything anyway because they check everything. Mm-hmm. So why not just sit there naked? What difference does it make? Because I'm sweating underneath. Those gowns are actually quite hot.
Right.
When you're wearing them and they're draped over your body. So by the time I'm like, it's sweaty.
So if you could choose what to do, you'd just be buck naked and maybe standing?
Yeah, or like wax paper, like something that's just a bit more durable.
Wax. Get some parchment on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a meal started.
I just think, do you not deal with this? Am I the only one that's sweaty when I go to the doctor?
I feel like that paper is a little bit too thin.
Yeah, she
I
was
don't know
like
if
laughing at me because I was like, sorry, it's like stuck in my mouth.
Yeah, I don't know if I go quite as far as you or if it clings to me quite that bad, but I have noticed that paper is trash. Like it rips way too easy, especially if it's a little bit damp.
Yeah, so every time I go for a physical, I just dread, well, first of all, the whole process because it sucks, but.
This text from Danielle is hilarious. She says, I'd like to complain about therapy sessions and therapists asking, how does that make you feel? Way too damn much.
Well, they don't want to be the ones to tell you how to feel. They try and get it out of you, right?
But if you have that in your mind, you'd probably notice it so much when you're there. And how does that make you feel? Well, actually, you want to know? You asking that question doesn't make me feel very good.
My move at the therapist is trying to get them to talk about themselves so I can avoid talking about me. It never works, but I try my best.
You tell me first.
Okay,
yeah.
Carol just wrote in saying, oh my God, yes, that paper sucks when you go to a physical. So we all deal with it. It is so pointless. Like, why not just take it off and just sanitize the seat before I sit on it?
Can you imagine that leather seat?
I mean, if anyone ever comes over to our house, if they sit on the leather couch, like, that's my naked couch, so they deal with it there. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I have a complaint I'd like to put up on the board.
Okay.
When somebody lights off a firework.
Because the dogs.
No, that too. But it gets everybody excited that there's going to be more fireworks. Everybody drops everything they're doing. I don't care if you're cooking in the middle of like the most intense part of a movie. You could be playing with your kid, putting your kid to bed. Firework goes off. Everybody's like, whoa, fireworks? And you go and look. And then that's all that they're doing.
You want to know why? We were just talking about this earlier. The prices of things are going up. People can only afford one firework now.
It's so brutal because you miss the entire show. John Cena has done something that is pretty amazing to support one of his fans. If you don't know who John Cena is, come on. You know who John Cena is. WWE star, movie star, all-around good guy.
Yep. So he actually traveled to Netherlands to meet a boy named Misha, who's a boy with Down syndrome who fled the war in Ukraine with his mother. Now, Misha's mother told him that one day, maybe he'd be able to meet his idol. And his mother's goal was to encourage him to continue this journey, but knew at the end of the day it might be close to impossible to meet John Cena. His apartment had walls full of Cena posters, but that all got destroyed by a bomb.
Awful.
It is awful. John Cena finds out about this. He travels to the Netherlands just to meet him.
No way.
He gave him the WWE championship, got him to hold it, spent some time with him. And Misha's mother said that was the first time that Misha smiled since they left Ukraine.
Wow,
yeah,
that's heavy.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, good for him. And like traveling halfway around the world to go and support the fan is a very John Cena move. The sad part of this story is what happened next. He gave him the attitude adjustment, which is his finishing move.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I bet Misha would love that. Like, at the end of the day, he'd be like, that was worth it.
Yeah. No, great story all around. What was the Edmonton Journal up to yesterday? Oh, I don't know. Just posting pictures of two squirrels skronking.
Yeah, getting it on. But they worded it as if they were hugging. So I don't know if they're being cheeky or if they're actually unaware that they're just
making baby squirrels.
Having fun.
I think the original post, it looks like, has been edited.
Oh, no, really?
And the top comment is, hand up if you were here before it said hug. So it says now two squirrels share a hug at a park in Edmonton.
What did it originally say? I need to know.
I did some digging.
Yes. We got some screenshots. We got receipts.
From Reddit. They're always on it. Two squirrels get busy at a park in Edmonton is what the original post said. Some of the comments, though.
Why would you post that in the journal?
Well, I'm looking at like previous posts of theirs, and they get like 80 likes, 130 likes, 65 likes.
And this one's just taken off.
Guess what the squirrels got?
Thousands.
Well, 700 on the one, and then they posted a second one that was 900.
Yeah, well, sex sells. They've always said that. People have always said that.
Now, do you want to hear some of the best comments on this?
Oh, you know I love the comment section.
In all caps, Edmonton Journal, are you okay? Slow news day, hey? When two squirrels love each other very much, they like to show this love in a very special grown-up hug. Wait, is it?
This reminds me of that one scene in Dennis the Menace when he goes over to his neighbor's house.
Okay.
And the grandma's like, what's new? And he's like, not much. And he's like going on. He's like, sometimes my mom and dad like to wrestle, but my dad always has his shirt off. he's like going on, and the grandma's like, oh, okay.
Wait, is this how you hug? I've been doing it wrong. Another comment we got.
I mean, it is kind of a nice picture. Like, it's a good camera was used.
Yeah, it was posted yesterday. This comment says, I realize it's hump day, but this is a bit much. Hashtag only squirrels content. And my favorite comment of all comes to us from local MLA Janice Irwin, who is so lovely.
Yes.
I have a young cat son who saw this and is, as I was scrolling, please mark as sensitive content in the future.
Janice loves cats. That is so good.
The Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Play 107.